Hey, it's Jabbo. Welcome to BrickTsar, your home for vintage, and we're going to be looking at a vintage Lego set. This is a set that's over 40 years old, and I can't believe that 41 years ago when this set came out, I was been in high school. 1983. What on earth? Here's the freshman basketball team that I got cut from. Orlando, he's probably the best one out of this bunch here. Ended up playing rec ball with that guy, Steve. Oh my goodness, how did I get cut? This is from 1983. It's this Legoland Town System police station. What do they call it? Police station. Set 6384. Classic town era, classic boxes. I love this era. So many good things about this set. Even though it's only 378 pieces, that was a big set for 1983. Even then, you know, these were one of those sets I probably would have looked at even as a teenager and be like, I wish I could afford that. But now I got it, thanks to Geology Joe. Worked out a trade with him. So I'm going to look at this set now more in detail. I got it built. I'm very pleased with it. I enjoyed building it, and I'm going to show you some of the things about it. And one of the things kind of surprised me, because I never looked at this really close, so I'll tell you about that. Now, and I also want to mention I did get the box to work properly. When I unboxed this from my haul with Geology Joe, there was a piece of the box was catching on the outer sleeve, so I wasn't able to open it, but now I realize, oh, I can't open it. So this is the box. It just had this little corner where it says use this box for storage that was catching on the sleeve. But this was the typical, this is what I was expecting. And I was just, in my attempt to open it, I wasn't being careful enough. It's one of those things that Heisenberg uncertainty principle thing doesn't behave. When you're measuring something, it's not where you think it's going to be. So yeah, it changes the behavior of whatever you're watching. But yeah, we're going to look at this beautiful set. So let's come down here where this is. So one thing I want to mention, I missed this in the video, but my Geology Joe school textbook, Prehistoric Life, he signed it to me, to Jabbo from Geology Joe. So yeah, he's the author of this book, teaches that. Anyway, so let's get to the set. I'll try to get some close-ups of it as well, but right off the bat, it's just the thing that I noticed when I was looking at the set with these transparent blue windshield pieces that they use for kind of like the skylight over the parking area, and then also the garage doors. I mean, I love the vintage garage doors. These are designed, they go into little slotted pieces where you can raise the garage door up. We have the chief's car. I guess this is the police chief, which is the guy with the hat. And he's got an antenna. It's a pretty simple build. He's got the printed doors that say police on the side of them. He's got yellow lights in the front, red in the back, and blue on the top. Not much to the car, which was typical for that era. I think one of the coolest things, though, is this motorcycle with the police windshield. Back in the day, that was a hard piece to find. I know I was trying to piece sets together, but now with the prevalence of Bricklink and more people finding stuff like this, I think it's a little easier. But I remember paying a lot for this piece years ago. Now the police stickers on the 1x2s, those are printed. There was a very small sticker sheet that came with this, so you needed the 2 police prints to go on the tile for the motorcycle, the old gray there. And the other one went on the helicopter, which was these inverted windshield pieces. These are not tipper truck windshields. They're more modern than tipper truck, but it's got a sticker on there. And this is a kind of a little bit of a frustrating thing. I don't know if it's because of the age of the bricks, but I don't think it's the age of the bricks. I think some of the designs we had back in the day when I was a kid were kind of flimsy and not very swooshable. You had to be careful or it would break. And then the police station itself, we have a jail cell back here. The jail is very easy to escape from. The door just opens right open. It's got a bed, and I think it's supposed to be like a sink area in there. And then we got for the policemen, there's like a computer screen. I guess that's where they can buzz people in and out, or do their fingerprinting. I don't know what the purpose of all that is. On the front of the building, I forgot to mention this, there's two little hooks up here that were for TheyMightBeBricks to hang his little stuff to direct. This for TheyMightBeBricks is directing the helicopter to the H on the helipad. Boy, that had to be dangerous, man. Just may get their head cut off there. So we got the motorcycle and are these the same? I forget to look. Yeah. So the motorcycle and the helicopter pilot have the same torso. We got the antenna up here and then the little radar dish. I don't know what that is for. Maybe that's for when the helicopter's coming in. We got a warning siren. But my favorite thing in this set is the dispatch center. So this was 40 years ago, and I know dispatch centers had to be a lot different. And I have no idea if the person that designed this, did they just make what their impression of one would be? But yeah, I think it's actually a little ahead of its time. When I started in 911 back 25 years ago, working on 911 systems, they didn't have a lot of computer screens. The main computer screen they had was for their actual computer-aided dispatch, and even then it was kind of limited. But this one has two screens, which I think is interesting, and a phone. So I imagine this is where the emergency calls come in. It's got the red phone, and then it's got the other two screens. And so for 1983, I think that's pretty awesome. I really would like to see what the phone systems look like in '83. I was not working on this stuff back then. So today it's totally different. I wish I could show you. I'm afraid to take pictures at work and show you. Some places have a minimum of 6 screens, some have more, but 6 is about the normal. They usually have about 3 to 4 for their CAD, 1 for the phone, sometimes 2 for the phone, depending on if the phone has the map. And then there's a radio computer, and then sometimes just a regular internet computer or whatever. So they got all these screens going on there. So back then it would have been a lot harder to coordinate everything between, calling the police on the radio, which radio is still used today. That technology is very important in the police business. You see why I like this set, because you get to talk about police work. But I just think, even though it's such a simple little thing here, this dispatch center, there's nobody to work it. So it's kind of like, what's that show with Tom Selleck, Jesse Stone? They had the one person to answer the phone who was also the police officer. It's like, who's patrolling the streets? It's like, but they got at least 3 police officers. Maybe the helicopter guy, TheyMightBeBricks, maybe TheyMightBeBricks is the one that is also the 911 or the emergency phone. When did 911 actually start? I remember when I was in high school, I think, wasn't that when William Shatner was doing Rescue 911, or was that the 90s? Maybe I'm misremembering things. And back then it would have been basic 911. Now it's enhanced 911. Boy, I'm boring everybody. I better stop talking. But anyway, this set is awesome. I love the box. I love the alternate builds on the box, and I just took out 2 of the officers. I hope I don't get arrested. I love the instruction manual. Now, it does not show any alternate builds in the instruction manual, but just your typical book instruction manual, not a fold out like some of them were. It's just a little book, but the book does fold like that. but beautiful, beautiful. Love all the blues on here. I love this yellow that they did in the Legoland era. I just love it. I mean, I just think they're so eye-catching, and it just brings me back this time, thinking back to when I was 15 years old. All right, guys. Anyway, that is my look at a vintage Lego set. I want to thank Geology Joe for making sure I got this. Thanks for the book, Joe. Thanks for being a Joe. You should get Geology Joe on the A-Fool podcast. There'll be 4 Joes. All right, I'm losing my voice. Do I talk too much? I'll be back again tomorrow in a different shirt. I forgot to talk about my shirt. I can't talk about it.